Hi, guys. My name is Steve B. Glad to join you on this beautiful day in the park. Saturday in the park again, just like the song. I want to talk to you guys today about staying sober for today. And in particular, talk about I talk a lot about recovery and how I couldn't do this thing without recovery. It's all it all goes together. Recovery and I wanted to talk about fellowship, the fellowship in the recovery. You know, it's fellowship in recovery is huge because when I first came into recovery, I didn't know how to interact with people. I had no people skills. When I was a little boy, I was shy as heck. I was the shyest little boy in the world. I swear I was, and I didn't learn how to interact with people till I came into recovery, and even then it took a long time. I mean, here I am 30 years later after coming in, but I'm a little bit better than I was. I was not very good. I was not very good when I first came in. I was still shy, introvert, very much an introvert. Not wanting to share, not wanting to let people in or know about me or anything like that. And I'd have to say that me, all these years later, I'm more transparent than I was when I came in. When I came in, nobody knew me, and I wasn't going to let anybody in. I had no desire to let anybody in, be it God or people or anything like that. So for the longest time, I just kind of, what do you say, trudge the road of happy destiny, like our literature says, and I was doing that, literally trudging the road of happy destiny. I had a friend in the rooms one time, passed away many years ago, but a lot of wisdom. He was a good recovery person. He used to say, "It says trudge the road of happy destiny. It doesn't say hop, skip, and jump." You know, it's you know, it is. Life is it can be tough, and some days it is. Some days a little harder than others. I hear people say, well, God's not going to give you more than you can handle. I don't believe that. I believe He's going to give you as much as you can handle and more. And if you're wise, you'll take it and learn from it and get stronger as a result of it. But, or you could say, look, I don't want to go through any hard times. That's unrealistic because you're going to go through hard times. If you live in this world, this fallen world, you're going to go through hard times because it's not a perfect world, and people are far from perfect. We all have our little flaws and stuff like that. Some have more than others. Um, I guess part of what coming into recovery, part of it is the fact that you're gonna learn to deal with those flaws, or to get past them, to learn that they're not that much. I mean, I'm not as flawed as I was when I first came in here. I was flawed. Oh my goodness, I had a lot of faults. I wasn't gonna change. I was still the same person that I was when I was out there, and I, it's life's a mixed bag. It's just a little of this, a little of that, a little of everything, and you're gonna get what you get, you know, and yeah, I'm here to tell you that if you want sobriety, you can have it, but we're talking about what was I talking about? I'm talking about the fellowship, all right. Interacting with other people. This just shy introvert who wouldn't say boo to anybody. Learn to get out of himself. This is where I got my voice. This is where I learned to share my story a little bit at a time, and you can have it too. This is a, this is free of charge. If you want sobriety, if you want to be clean, It's free of charge, day at a time, and you're the one that holds the key. You know, I used to think other people had the key to my happiness or whatever. No, that's a lot of BS. I got the key to my own happiness. And I used to think other people make you happy. God can, I used to pray that too. Make me happy, make me happy, make me happy. Happiness is a choice. I can be happy if I want to be happy. If I don't want to be happy, I don't have to be happy. I don't know anybody that doesn't want to be. I do. You know, goodness gracious. But I came into recovery and I learned that a little bit at a time that yeah, yeah, I got a voice. And that was the greatest discovery I ever found out. I could talk, and I do. Goodness knows, I talk about my childhood. It was horrible. It was horrible. My parents, they did the best they could with what they had, but my childhood sucked. It wasn't great. And when I discovered alcohol, it's like, where have you been all my life? And I kind of grabbed onto that for life, and it's like, all right, I found the thing, the love of my life. I want to go through my life with, and I want to go with alcohol. And I used to dream about, one of my dreams or fantasies was to own a liquor store. Can you imagine me owning a liquor store? A freaking raging drunk? No. I wouldn't be sitting here, I don't think, now if I ever owned a liquor store. You know, not a good investment for an alcoholic. And I've even in recovery seen people that, they get jobs working in bars, working here, working there, dance clubs, whatever. And my first thought is, I wouldn't do it. If you're an alcoholic, of any caliber, I wouldn't do it because it's just going to kill you. And I'm not here. I mean, I'm going to die, but I don't want to die of alcoholism. And there's a good line right there. I'm going to die, but I'm not going to die an active alcoholic. Recovering one. And I always say recovering. I say recovering because there's no cure for this thing. It's just a daily reprieve. That's all it is. There's no, okay, somebody wave a magic wand and okay, you're better. Although it kind of feels like that for me sometimes, because I, honestly, in 32 years, I haven't had a desire to pick up. I haven't had that craving. I haven't had that obsession. Know how to get it, pick it up. Our literature says once an alcoholic, always an alcoholic. Our literature says, one is too many, a thousand's not enough. That was kind of a topic of a meeting the other day. One is too many, a thousand's not enough. What that means is that, yeah, the first drink's going to get you the first drink's going to get you drunk. And the reason being that, I'm an alcoholic. And I can't pick one up. I mean, I've never had one drink or one this or one anything. It's not in my DNA. My DNA says once I pick it up, man, I ain't putting it down till I black out, pass out, something bad happens. God only knows, but God protected me from a lot of bad things happening. I know it because I was in harm's way more than a few times. And, since I quit drinking, I'm never in harm's way. Never, never, never. And that's a safe place to be, I ask them to walk with me for the day, and whatever's going to unfold in front of me, it's going to unfold in front of me, whatever it is. Hopefully good stuff. But even if it's not, I have everything I need to combat it. I have a God that fights my battles for me today. And that's a good feeling, knowing that. People will let you down, but God's not going to let you down. And He'll reveal stuff to me too, and has and does, and continues to do so. Continues. Today is November 16th? Yes. Today is November 16th. All day. And the sun is shining down here. A little windy, a little chilly, but doable. Doable. You know what? What a terrible thing for an alcoholic, or at least this alcoholic, is that self pity. When self pity is there, all common sense goes out the window. Self pity is a terrible enemy, and the devil knows that self pity is going to put me on. It's going to put me on. It's going to take me out of the game, and I've learned that self pity is my biggest enemy. I don't have a bigger enemy than self pity. You know, and when I feel it, and sometimes I do, you know, like when the crowds dwindle and people stop coming, and I'm down here by myself, I let the devil whisper into my ear, which is a mistake, and I gotta just give it to God and trust that, you know, He's gonna help me, no matter what, no matter what's going on. God is He's gonna help me. He's gonna deliver me. You know, what does the prayer say? Deliver us from evil. Deliver us from evil. And He does. I know I'm not touching the demonic gin anymore. I'm not drinking myself into oblivion anymore. And I think, you know, God has been cleaning me up. But what does it say? Um, there is something in the scriptures that says that nature abhors a vacuum, and it's, you know, meaning that if you clean yourself up, you got to fill it with something, or something else is going to come in worse. You know, Jesus talked about the time that, you know, He says, you know, when the unclean spirit goes out of a man, goes around seeking rest. It's going to go look somewhere else. It needs another body to deal with. And when it goes around and it finds none, He says, I'll go back to the house that I was in. And the demon goes back to the house that he was in. He finds it empty, swept, and garnished. That's a, you know, nature abhors a vacuum. And what did it say? The devil said he went out and found 7 spirits more wicked than himself, and they went and dwelled there. And the last state of that man worse than the beginning. I'm I want God to fill my house, my temple. You know, we believers are the temple of the Holy Spirit, and I want God to be there. I don't want enemies in there. So, um, you know, when you clean up your act, you have to you have to fill it with God or good things. Fill your house with good stuff, because you know, if you don't, it's not going to be good. How are you guys today? I hope you're doing well. Hope you're well. Hope you're doing good. And no, of course you don't want to drink today. Today's a day you're not going to drink. This is the day that the Lord hath made. I will rejoice and be glad in it. You know, it's a fantastic day. The weather's great. I'm glad to be with you. Glad to talk to you about some of these things. Some of these things like fellowship. Fellowship's important. You know, I had to. What I did was, in the beginning, I had to be around people. I had to learn how to interact with them. And in the beginning, it was awkward because I didn't know how to do it. but little by little, now I kind of crave that, being around people, and I miss it when I don't have it. You know, I I mean, we came into this world alone. We're gonna go alone. I'm not gonna go alone. I'm gonna go with the Lord holding my hand, because I need that. But but I learned that, yeah, I need fellowship with God. I need fellowship with people too. I really do. I'm you know, what is it that one of those poems says? No man is an island. Well, I found that I like people today. Not everybody, but I like some. Some people, and how are you gonna know? How are you gonna know until you learn to fellowship with them? It's my goodness, life is good today, and guys, give a like and subscribe, and please let me know what you think of this. And give and you want to chat at anytime you come onto the thing and chat, I'll chat with you. And glad to be with you guys today. Love you all. God bless.